What's up, guys? This is the Organic Guy, and of course, welcome to Organic Adventures Podcast, where we are all about ensuring that you experience that particular organic magic. So, of course, if you see me here, that means that we are out with another Organic Adventures Podcast. But before we give you detailed insights about what the podcast is all about, I'm going to give a very quick and great shout out to our friends at Think Organic Kenya, who pride themselves as being the home of organic products. And credit to them, they have the best organic brands across the country and Africa. So you want to check them out. It's not just about eating organic, it's about living an organic lifestyle, and that is exactly what they're trying to do, and making sure that you and me have an easy access to organic products. So make sure you check them out. Visit their website, thinkorganic.co.ke, or download their app from App Store or Google Play Store, and then you will be able to indulge in an organic shopping. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we had an adventure to Nyumbani Children's Home, who are a home really for HIV positive children who are born with HIV. So in one way or another, either their parents died or their parents abandoned them. So they take them in and take care of these children until their adult age. So taking them health-wise, making sure that they are eating the right kind of diet, they're getting the right kind of medicine, they're getting the right kind of support to be able to sustain them throughout their adult life. So it's an amazing experience, and it's very important to notice that they have actually incorporated organic farming into their kind of system. So every single food that comes from them is really organic, and it's very important to notice that there is an improvement of the health of children, eating this kind of products. So it's an amazing podcast. You get to understand and get an insight really of what really goes on in the organic farm, and then we extend the conversation to go visit the children and see really if what they're saying, that the health of the children really does become better after consuming organic products. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the episode went down. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are at the Nyumbani current organic farm. So with us is the farm managers. So they're going to introduce themselves, and then we they'll show us the kind of structures and the kind of intercropping that they're doing as we sort of have a farm tour. So asante sana kwa na sisi. So the introduce to sasa ndio viewers.
Hi guys, I'm Paul Dirango, current organic farm manager. Welcome.
Okay. I'm John, gardener Nyumbani village, current organic farm. Welcome.
Okay. I am Alphonse, gardener Nyumbani organic farm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the guys who are going to show us exactly what is being done in this particular organic farm. And then I hope from these particular deliberations you'll be able to learn a thing or two from what they do, so that you can be able to apply on your own particular organic farm.
Down here we have our manure, which we get from our dairy cows. This is where we hold the manure for a period of 3 months before we transit it to the farm.
Yeah.
Within the 3 months it will be ready without any effects on the crop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if you transfer it before 3 months? Is there any effect that it will have to the crop?
Yeah, it will have effects when you use manure which is not ready.
Yeah.
it will have a burning effect or scorching effect on the plants,
The crops.
both on the roots and maybe on the leaves too.
Okay. So I think that's a very good important to note. There's the 3-month period.
Yeah,
it
waiting
helps
period.
it
Yeah.
to reduce the scorching effect
Yeah,
that it
the
might have on
scorching,
the plants. Okay. So as you can see, they are pretty much armed with different kind of fertilizers and manure that they can use in their specific organic farm. So then you can sort of explain to us what is actually happening here. So I can see you're having sweet potatoes and then carrots and then kales over there. So what is the thinking behind having this kind of cropping?
Oh, basically, this is what we call intercropping.
Yeah.
And in organic farming, you are advised to do intercropping.
Yeah.
Because basically, when you have different types of crops growing in the same field,
Yeah.
it kind of helps reduce the pest infestation pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we have sweet potatoes. Next 4 beds, we have carrots.
Yeah.
Under different growth stage. The lower part we have 2 lines of carrots, which are already advanced almost to start harvesting. Then on the last part we have broccoli, which will be coming up within a month or so.
Okay. So there is a systematic way of growing crops, because I can see the carrots over there, they are at advanced stage, and this one are sort of smaller. So is there a reason behind that?
The reason behind that is only it goes with the product demand,
Yeah.
or wherever we supply our products to. The demand is the one dictates the kind of plantations we'll have at a particular time.
Yeah.
That's why we started with the 2 beds of carrots. That's enough to be consumed within the period of maybe Christmas,
Yeah.
the December holidays. Then by January, February, the next crop will be ready.
Okay.
So again, it is also ensuring there is consistency with the products we are growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of your growing is also informed by the market. So how the market will respond to your products?
Very correct. Yeah.
Okay. So when we look at these sweet potatoes, we can see there's most people will call this weeds. So why would you not sort of want to do your weeding? Is it something? Is it according to an organic principle, or is it something you sort of do?
From this portion where we have done the sweet potatoes,
Yeah.
towards the upper side,
Yeah.
we are kind of leaving this area to be fallow.
Okay.
The soils are kind of exhausted, so we are holding the land for a period of time,
Yeah.
so it can heal naturally. That's why you see we don't removing weeds is not a priority.
Okay.
Because both the weeds and the sweet potatoes naturally help to heal the soil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. So and then in terms of competing with the crops and the nutrients, getting the nutrients from the soil with the sweet potatoes, is there an effect that you see, in terms of production?
Okay, basically we've not been doing sweet potatoes earlier before.
Yeah.
This is the first cropping with the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
So it's kind of a trial to see whether it will help in balancing the soil nutrients.
Yeah.
If at all it works well with us, we'll have to add more sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Again, our basic reason why we've done the sweet potatoes, it is a dual purpose, because we get the tubers for the market, and then the vines we feed to the cows. So
Okay.
basically we improve too on our side of the dairy farming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are looking forward to getting increase on milk production.
Okay. The most farmers argue is that one thing you must have is water. So I can also see you are very armed with the water system. So how does your water system work?
Okay, thanks once again. Our water system, in fact, in a farming enterprise,
Yeah.
one thing you need to be ready with, and it's a basic requirement,
Yeah.
is water. And in our farm,
Yeah.
what we do is we dug a borehole,
Yes.
and that's to get an assured
Yeah.
water supply. So this is our water system. We have a big water tank, which is a capacity with 10,000 liters.
Yeah.
No, from the borehole now,
Yes.
the water is pumped to the tank.
Yeah.
Then from the tank, it comes into the field.
Yeah.
And the system we use the drip irrigation system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind people using drip irrigation?
The specific reason why we use drip irrigation,
Yeah.
one thing with the drip irrigation, it is easy to manage.
Okay.
Second, you save on labor. Third, the amount of water you use. And fourth, the water you irrigate through drippers, you are assured they get into the desired location of the plant.
Yeah.
That means what? The dripping will happen where the plant is.
Yeah. Where the plant actually needs the water.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So in terms of the water, you say borehole was a priority in terms of to have a consistent water supply. So is there a time that comes when there's rain, let's say there's a lot of rain? So how do you balance between using the borehole water or the water that you have and using the rainwater?
So when we have rains,
Yeah.
when we have rainfall, in fact, basically you don't do drip irrigation at that time, because the reason behind irrigation is giving the plant the basic requirement of the water. Now when we have the rains, we don't use the borehole. So it's kind of, when we have the rains, we are saving. We are until when the rain stops, that's when we put on our drip irrigation system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much efficient for you to have both, so that you can mitigate any other factors that we arise.
Okay, again, it's good to mention that having rains in a commercial project is good, but also it has some side effects.
Yeah.
Like for example, it was I think from last March this year, we had very heavy rainfall, and it had negative effects on our farm because the place got flooded. Basically, you cannot move or do anything or plant when the place is flooded.
Yeah.
So that's the negative side of heavy rains. Yeah.
Okay. Harvesting some purple sweet potato. How long does it take for it now to be mature?
For the vines,
Yes.
when you put them in the bed, first you have to make the bed.
Yeah.
All the tubers, they need a good heap of soil.
Okay.
So you have to do thorough digging.
Yeah.
Then after digging, the vines, they don't need manure.
Yeah.
You just raise the soil. Then you plant the vines.
Yeah.
Then they get enough water.
Okay.
It will take only 3 months to be ready.
Okay. So in 3 months you are assured of harvest.
Yes.
Sawa. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what we can harvest. So I guess when you're harvesting, you have to be really careful in terms of to make sure your tubers are not harmed.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a huge harvest. Okay, so this is not the normal sweet potato you're used to. So, Mr. John, you can sort of explain to us why is this different?
The variety of the sweet potato is not common in Kenya. I got finds from a white person. a friend of mine.
Okay.
A white lady from America.
Yeah.
She gave me just a few stems. Then I did planting.
Yeah.
Then I got my own.
Okay, you got
sweet
your own
potatoes.
vines.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing you cannot afford to miss about this farm is the amount of trees that you are doing in this particular place. And as you can see, you have a lot of trees. So can you sort of explain to us the reason behind that?
As you can see to our farm setup, we have practiced agro-forest, which is one of the major activities in organic farming.
Yeah.
I'll give examples of the plants we have, especially trees. We have moringa, we have neem trees, we have bananas, we have grevillea,
Yeah.
then we have the avocado, and we have some mangoes.
Okay.
In our farm setup, we have some fruit trees, which will include the avocados, mangoes, and moringa and bananas.
Okay.
Then on the other side, on our fence, you can see we have grevillea.
Yeah.
This grevillea we use for timber and also they act as windbreaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the farm, there's no extra wind.
Yeah.
Comes and sort of distract your
Yeah.
crops.
So these are for windbreakers and source of timber. So sometimes we don't buy timber from hardware.
Yeah.
Since we have our own trees, we prune them, use the branches for the firewood, and also use the leaves for composting. These leguminous plants, so the leaves are not acidic. So we normally collect the dry leaves.
Yeah.
We mix the cow dung. We make good compost manure.
Okay, so it's actually multi-purpose. That's also act as
Yeah.
source of
Yes.
manure to your crops.
Yes.
So I also understand there are some kind of trees that are not really good for agroforestry.
Yes.
So can you sort of explain to us which kind of trees that
Yeah.
one is not advisable to use?
I'll give you two examples, and we have not put them in our farm.
Yeah.
One of them is eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in organic farming, it's not advisable to put acidic plants with the acidic chemicals.
Yeah.
One of them is eucalyptus and the cypress plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are, in terms of, they are also acidic.
Yeah, the leaves.
The leaves themselves they can
Yeah.
cause acidity to
Yeah,
the soil.
to the soil, and
Okay.
the crops will not grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also understand they use a lot of water
Yeah.
compared to what you
Yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you can see, agroforestry is really, really an important part of organic farming, and that's why they have taken an issue of actually trying to make sure that they incorporate it in their specific organic farms. So, and also I can see there's the moringas also.
Yes.
You're planting them in
Yeah.
plenty, and there's a lot of talk about moringas.
Yes.
Is it because of their their nutrients rich and the multiple number of vitamins that they've got, or they are also good for agroforestry?
Moringa basically is not for agroforest, but it is a important tree.
Yeah.
We call it a miracle tree.
Miracle tree.
Means moringa can treat over 300 diseases. It is a
Okay.
multi-purpose.
Pause that one. Over 300 diseases.
Yeah. So moringa, it will give you it will give us about 3 products. One of them, we harvest the leaves, we make the powder.
Okay.
Secondly, the seeds,
Yeah.
we make the oil, and also the leaves again,
Yeah.
we make the moringa tea, and the roots also you boil, you drink, so that you can treat things like arthritis
Yeah.
and other disease-related problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much multi-purpose.
Yeah. So what happens with the moringa leaves? You harvest the fresh one,
Yeah.
you dip them in warm water,
Yeah.
then you put them in a cool place for them to dry.
Yeah.
Then after they dry, you pound the leaves,
Yeah.
you make the powder, then you sieve, then you pack the powder for the sale. So the
Okay.
powder can be used by the people with things, problems like diabetes,
Yeah.
ulcers. So you can either put in tea, normal tea, also you can put in food,
Yeah.
and through that it will help to regulate the blood flow,
Okay.
water, and also act as balancing the nutrient level in your body.
Okay, so the neem plant is a very integral part of agroforestry of any particular organic farm. So for you, John, why do you find it important that you must have neem plant in your agroforestry?
Neem plant, you find when you come to making of the biological pesticide, it's one of the major ingredient. Yeah. So the neem, neem, when you boil the leaves, there's a compound which will expel the harmful insects and pests on our farm.
Okay. So it's very bitter, by the way.
Yeah, just that compound in it.
Yeah.
And when you boil, you extract the compound, which will help now expel, to chase away the harmful insects.
Oh, zenyu zimetokea poa. What is the secret to producing such amazing looking horse?
First, I'll say, I think we are one of the farms with high quality crops. And the secret is about the manuring. What we do, we don't apply the manure to the whole bed.
Yeah.
We apply to the specific hole for the plant.
Specific hole.
Yeah.
So once you, let's say you are doing transplanting.
Yeah. What we do, we make them beds.
Yeah.
After we make the beds, we measure the holes following the spacing.
Yeah.
Then at each hole, we use our very rich compost you have seen over there.
Yeah.
Then we put in every hole. Then we don't mix with the soil.
Okay.
Then we plant the seedlings on top of them.
On top of the manure.
Yeah. That's why our crops, they grow very healthy and they produce very high quality produce.
Okay. So that is one of the
one of the secrets.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So in terms of controlling pests and diseases in this particular field, you don't come across pests?
There are common pests in almost fruit crops. I talk about the pepper. It's called sweet pepper. One of the major challenges here, powdery mildew.
Yeah.
That's a common challenge in growing of pepper.
And how do you control that powdery mildew?
Then we have another problem with the pest called spider mite.
Okay.
It attacks the leaves of this plant.
Yeah.
So first, starting with the powdery mildew, we normally use milk.
Fresh
milk from the cows.
Cow milk.
Yeah, because the milk has a bacteria called lactobacillus.
Okay.
Lactobacillus.
Yeah.
Which will help to eliminate the fungus, which causes the powdery mildew.
Okay.
So what happens? We take 1 liter of the milk. We dilute it with 10 liters of water. Then we spray to our crops for 3 consecutive days.
Yeah.
Then it will reduce the infestation. Then about the spider mites.
Yeah.
They are very notorious pests in our farm.
Yeah.
So what we do, we use some few biological products. One of them is called Nexan Margot.
Okay.
Common name called Mufangi. We have neem tree, but on our farm we have the Persian lilac, as you can see on the fence there.
Okay.
Then we have the hot pepper, chili, the red one, about a half kg.
Yeah.
Then we use 2 pieces of onion, the red onion.
Okay.
Then you chop the materials.
Yeah.
And then you boil it for 45 minutes. Then what you get, the liquid you get, you sieve. Then you dilute with the equal amount of soapy water.
Yeah.
You make the soap with the bar soap so that they can make the foam.
Yeah.
Then you mix. Then you allow the liquid to cool.
Yes.
Then you can spray to your crops 3 consecutive days. Then you start observing the behavior of the pest attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's proven pretty effective.
That's how we use the biological control. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And also we have some cultural use of hash. Also
the normal
hash.
Okay.
It also helps to reduce the herpes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So there's no need of use chemicals.
No.
Naturally,
yeah.
You can control them. From very natural ways.
Another thing, if you want the plant to be strong, you just feed the soil. The soil will feed the crop.
Yeah.
And the crop will be strong enough to resist against the diseases and pests. Yeah.
Okay.
So first you work on the soil,
Yeah.
then you try now to balance.
Interesting. So if you want to produce such amazing peppers,
Sweet pepper, yes.
so make sure that you feed the soil first,
Yeah.
and then the soil will be able to feed
To feed the plant,
plants.
then the plant will be able to resist. Will have will be very strong.
Strong enough. To
Yeah.
resist
And also water.
different- Okay.
Most of the fruit crops,
Mm.
they need much of the water during the fruiting stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the thinking behind you having these in the farm?
For an organic farm to be complete,
Yeah.
just to have the animals department
Yeah.
and the crop department.
Yes.
And even in our livestock department, we have the poultry,
Yeah.
cows, and we have the bees.
Okay.
So as you can see, we have our apiary.
Yes.
The inside we have to be hives.
Yeah.
Then the apiary is metallic to protect the bees against the predators.
Okay.
There are some predators which come and eat the honey
Yeah.
and also destroy the cobs,
Yeah.
and this will cause the bees to migrate.
So the metallic repels some.
Yeah. The apiary,
Yeah.
the way it is built now, you have to protect the bee hives
Okay.
from the predators,
Yeah.
which will come and harvest the honey and eat everything, and this will cause the bees to go away.
Leguminous plant should be really one of the necessities when you are doing organic farming, and what they've done here exactly is having cowpeas, incorporating cowpeas to your farming enterprises.
Yeah.
Why is that important?
First thing, in organic farming, we have what we call crop rotation program,
Yeah.
which is a 4-season program, and the legumes they are in that crop rotation.
Yeah.
And in our farm we do cowpeas. Normally in the local language we call them kunde. Kunde here they will give us they have 4 major importance.
Yeah.
One of them they maintain soil fertility,
Yes.
because after kunde what will be brought here, they will find the soil is already fixed.
Yeah.
The nitrogen, enough nitrogen.
Yeah.
Then with the kunde we sell the leaves to generate income,
Yes.
and also we got the seeds,
Yeah.
and also the trash we get here we give the animals
The
to
animals
eat. For us, we don't leave behind what we call crop diversification,
Yeah.
and we have carried from the open field to the greenhouse. As you can see, we have some tomatoes.
Yes.
This is the variety called Kimele 1,
Okay.
which is 1 month old. Here we have the red capsicum.
Yeah.
Here we have the yellow, and we have some cucumber. Yeah. So for the continuous growth of crops, we need also greenhouse to grow the special crops like tomatoes,
Yeah.
which will need special care,
Yeah.
and also red pepper and yellow,
Yeah.
and cucumber. That's why we choose them to put them in the greenhouse. So, and also we do what we call successive planting.
Yeah.
So we have some tomatoes outside.
Yeah.
We have some pepper here. So they have to go in a successive planting means
Yeah.
you put interval between your crops.
Okay.
Either you can use 1 week, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
so that you have the continuous supply.
Yes. We've seen you have a lot of biodiversity in your farm.
Yeah.
Why is it also that poultry be part of your plan?
As I've said some time back,
Yeah.
in a organic setup, in a modern farm setup,
Yeah.
there are 2 departments which are very important.
Yes.
We have crop department,
Yeah.
and we have the animal department. The 2 departments, they benefit from one another.
Yeah.
That's what we call mutual benefit.
Yeah.
The animals and the farm, they relate, because the animals they give us the manure.
Yeah.
Then what we grow, sometimes we give the
Used to feed.
back to animals.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we have the Kenyan poultry.
Yeah.
The Kenyan poultry, first they give us the eggs. We sell them as a meat,
Yes.
and also they give us the manure,
Yeah.
which we use in the farm, because the poultry manure is very high in nutrition and nitrogen.
Yeah.
And also we use the poultry manure to make the liquid fertilizer
Yeah.
to fertilize our crops.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it plays a critical role in what you do in the farm, and you can actually advise anyone doing an organic
to include
the
kienyeji farm. And also the kienyeji poultry, they are very resistant to diseases and pests. You find
it's also important that they do kienyeji chicken.
Because this one they don't need antibiotics. Ours we give them arobaini, the neem, and also we give a bit of aloe vera. We mix with their water. She's Karen. Karen is the oldest, our dead cow here. And then she gives us the range of 10 to 12 liters.
Okay.
Our animals here, zero grazing.
Yes.
We feed them natural. That's why you can see we have very free grazing land. They eat wherever they want. They do the exercise. So we are practicing animal husbandry. Because these animals, they are like people. They need to express their nature.
Yes. They have to explore their natural behavior.
We call it native behavior for the animals. That's why you see we give them freedom to go wherever they want.
So no antibiotics used?
Sometimes we normally deworm them. We have a special doctor who normally comes to serve them. And in case we have the serious emergencies, there's a vet doctor who comes and attends the animals.
So if you can just make everyone understand, why is it important that you leave your animals just to be free?
One of the when you enclose the animals, I'll be specific, dead cows, they get stress because they don't have freedom, because they need the light, and also they need to exercise a bit. So when you enclose, when you do zero grazing, the animals tend to be dormant, and this can reduce the production.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and also understand grazing has a huge effect on the kind of milk that you will produce at the end of the day.
Yes.
Is that also part of the reason?
Because our cows here, they eat different shrubs and grass, and then those shrubs, when you combine those materials the animals eat, you find they tend to produce more milk. When you compare to the grazing units, where you give your animals one type of fodder.
Okay, basically the first thing is the reason behind of opening up of barren land or new land. It's because the initial area we were planting or farming on was too small, and the demand for organic products was rising.
Growing,
So we had pressure to open up more land, and because it was available, we did fence it to put away the animals or the cows. Basically, we had to bring a tractor, plow it up, and make the beds. Basically, the process of land preparation is very vital on how you prepare the soil or the land whenever you want to plant the kind of crop you are doing. Now, like for example, here we have 2 beds with very good tomatoes. This crop, we did plant the crop back in July. We started harvesting about 3 weeks ago. We are ongoing. Hopefully up to maybe mid-January, we'll be having a product, tomato products from here. Then from there we have capsicum, locally known as hohos. These are the green capsicums. We have the demand for them. And they fetch good prices. Especially when they are organic.
Makes it even better. So in terms of you've plowed the land, so when you're preparing the land, so you've plowed, do you mix with manure, or what do you do to get this particular kind of crop?
Basically the very most important thing is making sure the bed where you are doing your planting, you incorporate the soil very thoroughly. Then you levelize the bed. Then, whenever you want to plant that particular place or hole to plant that seedling, you come with a handful or two of manure in each hole. Then you mix thoroughly. Then after that, you come with your seedlings and you plant and you do irrigation. Then you have a wonderful crop, as you can see.
So I think that's very, very important you mention due to that process, because when someone will come here and see what you planted and the kind of produce that you have, it will be very hard for them to tell that it was a virgin land before you converted to it, because the products are very good. So congratulations for that. In terms of now plowing in a new land, is there any pests you encountered, or it's pest free for the first time you plant?
Okay, there are those basics you cannot avoid in any farming, not necessarily organic farming, but very vital in every farming enterprise. There are two factors. One is the soil you're working on, and the second one is the irrigation water. What we did is to have an assured success of the crop, you need to understand first the type of soil you have and the type of water you are using to irrigate the crop. What we did is we took samples, we took to a laboratory for analysis. The same case with our irrigation water. From that point, that's when you'll get to a point of understanding what type of soil you have, what type of nutrients they are already in the soil, and what may be the deficiency.
So soil analysis is
very vital, very important.
To guide you on what kind of nutrients you may need or you may not need. So one thing I would like to understand is, as you can see right now we are standing in cabbage, and we can see a maize growing between it. Is it by design or is it something that comes up?
Okay, thank you. In case of with the maize plants you see, this is not by design. These seeds just come together with the manure you use.
So they are part
naturally
of the
they naturally grow, and it's healthy because it brings out the diversity in our farm.
So it's important also not to disturb it. You let it continue to grow.
We are leaving it to grow because it is not disturbing the other crops. So it will grow to its maturity. We'll be having some crops as Mahindi choma.
Mahindi choma. So, and also one thing I've realized is that you are planting different crops in each row. It's something common that we are seeing in your farm, and I understand that's by a very good reason for that, to ensure that this crop rotation, having biodiversity in your farm. So in terms of why do you feel it's important, even other farmers out there can practice this particular kind of structure in their farm? Why do you think it's very important?
Okay, one thing I may say about diversifying with the products you have in your farm, you cover a wide range of clientele. You may be having somebody who prefers to use indigenous leafy vegetables. Others will be going for collards, or spinach, or white cabbages. So it's good to have kind of several varieties growing in your farm. Another important thing is to have consistency with your products. That's why if you can notice, we have several levels of growth of whatever we are growing. Now this is our last portion, which we planted latest. That's back last month. So within a week or two, we'll start harvesting from this end now. And it will go on with the harvesting for a period of 2 months. also before we come to a decision whether we want to approve the old crop and then rotate and plant a different crop in the same area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And for me, when I've been talking to you, one thing I've realized is you have passion for what you're doing. So I would like to understand from you both. For example, John, how did you find yourself doing organic farming?
One thing about the organic, I grew that interest back when I was in class 8.
From class 8?
Yes. When I was
okay. You decided you're going to do organic?
Yeah, I had that passion. I said one day I would like to do farming.
Yeah.
And when I proceeded to high school, I got a teacher.
Yeah.
I was an agriculture teacher. Then he helped me to grow that
Passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I chose agriculture as my subject.
Okay.
Then I proceeded to college.
Yeah.
Then lucky enough, I went to do organic farming. It's my course now.
Okay.
Normal level.
Yeah.
Then from there, organic just got into my veins. And everything now.
It's in your blood now. Okay.
Yes.
So for you, how did you find yourself in organic farming?
Okay, basically when you talk about farming,
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for for the last 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But earlier before, most people had not embraced organic farming.
Yeah.
They've been doing conventional farming.
Yeah.
But lately, we are in the 21st century, and one thing that drives people to accept or embrace organic products
Yeah.
is the benefits that comes to eating something which is purely fresh
Yeah.
without any imperfections
Yeah.
or impurities in the growing process.
Okay.
Like for example, most people nationally or within regions in our country, we are experiencing a lot of rise in chronic diseases
Yeah.
brought about by lifestyle changes,
Yeah.
environment and stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever you, like for example, we have cancer cases,
Yeah.
TB, high blood pressure. Whenever you go to a doctor, when they administer or they finish treating you,
Yeah.
what they usually advise after your medication process, they advise you to look for organically grown products
Exactly.
which doesn't have impurities
Yeah.
in them. That brings out your recovery process to be even faster.
Yeah.
And again, it's healthy
Yes.
to know that whatever you are eating with your family is healthy and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very important. You know, you've been in this sector. You've been in this sector for a long time now, 15 whole years. What are some of the highlights? What are some of the things that you can say have really, helped you or make you want to continue to do what you're doing?
One thing, like whatever we do here, I may coin a new word. Maybe I would call it charity farming.
Yeah.
Or farming in charity, because we are under Nyumbani Children's Home.
Yeah.
Whenever our children under Nyumbani care, they get these products which are pure,
Yes.
clean.
Yeah.
Also our customers, when they come here and they witness, when they come for their weekly grocery purchases,
Yeah.
when you harvest fresh leaves from the farm,
Yeah.
you see a glow in their face when they are going home with a product. They have
Smile.
assurance
Yeah.
that's a clean product.
Yeah.
That motivates me daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So as we finish up, what is the one thing that you can advise organic farmers? Is there one thing?
Yes.
If you are to advise organic farmers.
One of the major things I will tell the farmers,
Yeah.
one of the things is interaction.
Interaction.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. You visit each other
Yeah.
and you advise each other where to improve
Yeah.
and also about the quality of the product you grow.
Yeah.
And
So
through that,
exchange,
yeah, they will share the experience and ideas, and that will enhance the organic production process.
Yeah. So very, very important that organic farmers create that bond and continue to share that knowledge in whatever you do. So one very important message that you can give organic farmers.
Okay, the important thing about organic farming to our fellow organic farmers, we should maintain our method of growing whatever we are growing.
Yeah.
We maintain the trust
Yeah.
we have with our clients,
Yeah.
and with that we can have an assurance of a promising future
Yeah.
in farming.
Okay. Yeah, so very, very important. So make sure maintaining that connection and communication channels between each and every organic farmer is very, very critical. And also ensuring that you're honest in what you are doing, and also to continue sort of impacting people in whatever you're doing without any distractions is very, very important as an organic farmer. So thank you very much for having us. It's been a pleasure. We've of course, a lot of people are going to learn a lot from what we've discussed here, and we will have impacted the world to be more organic.
So my name is Protas Lumiti. I'm the Chief Manager of Nyumbani Children's Home. Nyumbani Children's Home is an organization that cares and supports children who are living with HIV and AIDS. It was begun in 1992 by Father Angelo D'Agostino. He passed on in 2006, and currently we have Sister Mary Owens, who is our Executive Director. Nyumbani receives children from all over Kenya, and the children are children who have been left behind because they are living with HIV and AIDS. They have a medical condition. And these are children who are orphans, abandoned, and most of them will end up being very sick because of lack of care and support. So Nyumbani essentially came up for that rescue to support them. When the children come here, we do fasting to check their medical background. We do a test in our laboratory. We have a very elaborate diagnostic laboratory that we are able to ascertain their HIV status. And once we know their status, then we know what is essential for this particular child. Some children will come in HIV positive, malnourished, and they need immediate care. So we embark on nutritional support. And our nutritional support, of course, is food, basically food from like the organic farming products, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, cows' fresh milk from our farm, which is not far from here. And specialized monitoring as they feed, especially they'll have maybe 3 meals per day, monitored very closely by the nutritionist. They have at least 3 meals. They have nice breakfast, porridge.
Okay.
Then they have, normally they'll have bread or mandazi.
Yeah.
And then at 10 they'll have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
With biscuits or a snack. And then lunch, like today you hear they've had ugali and sukuma wiki, which is from the farm.
Yes.
Not necessarily from the market, but from the farm, right from the farm.
Yeah, fresh.
And then this afternoon they'll have a glass of milk. And we have our own dairy farm where we have a few cows, so we milk our cows.
Yeah. And
that's the milk they have this afternoon at 4. Every child will have a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Right, fresh, not sparkling,
Very, very
So, and then they'll have dinner. Dinner tonight is what? Rice and dengue with lentils, which is quite also nutritional. Other children will come in with psychological issues, so then we'll impact on counseling, and specialized person will come in to counsel them and support them. Others will come in, maybe they just need love and care, and food. So then we focus on really reaching out to them and embracing them and supporting them in that care. And eventually, within 3 months, you realize these children have improved. When you take their weight from the beginning, when they come in, and you take it after 3 months, you see they have improved very fast in their growth and development. Some come in with maybe milestones, but within a period of time, you'll see they have developed into normal growth and development. And once they're here, of course, we support them to reach a level of stabilization. And And stabilization means that they have eaten well, they have taken their antiretroviral drugs, which are specialized medicine for HIV positive people, and also psychosocial support. You really welcoming them. They have enough ground for them to play around. They have a spacious place to sleep. They have enough people to reach out to them so that they are able to feel accepted. And then we send them to school.
Yeah.
We start our school program within the compound, and within that period of 1 year, we reorient them to schooling. Then we send them to public primary schools.
Yeah.
And once they are in public primary schools, they would go there in the morning, and then we take them a hot meal. They would rather have our meal from here than have a meal at school, because again, our meal is monitored meal, as I said, farm produce, which is basically organic farming, and fresh fruits from the market, which is basically monitored. So that's why we prefer to take the meals to the school so that they feed well. And then they'll come back in the evening. When they go to high school, they would go to different public secondary schools. And again, we give them an additional funds to enable the school to give them a packet of milk in the school, because we can't reach whichever school they are in. But we give them an additional support to get maybe some extra feeding. Most of the children attend colleges, and in colleges we send them to colleges around Nairobi where we can monitor them and make sure that they are actually taking care of their medical concerns, and also making sure that they're eating well. When they finish college, we work on discharging them from the program, where we do an exit program, where they would move out to their own living, own accommodation. And in that case, again, we have a support system, what we call aftercare, to make sure that our nutritionist guides them in what kind of menu they're going to eat as they are staying on their own. We also have a medical person guiding them on what kind of access to medication, access to the nearest hospital, access to the nearest comprehensive care centers where they can access their medicine. So we monitor the children throughout in their care. We have a community-based program called Lea Toto. And Lea Toto supports children who are living in the resource-poor areas of Nairobi. We have about 3,500 children who live with their relatives. Again, these are orphans who have lost their parents, but they have extended family members. These children don't access the holistic care that we give in this home, but they would get access to medical care, the ARVs, through our Lea Toto staff. They also get education, where they are supported in their school going and college. And those who need food, we give them a food ration. We are able to get a package of food for them. Again, essential foods. And then we have large-scale farming. We plant our own, we have greenhouses where we grow in our vegetables and onions and tomatoes. And we are able to harvest to feed these children in the village, and even they sell here. And they'll have variety like what is on the farm. They'll have variety. The farm you have seen here is a replicate of the village. In fact, it is the village current farm, where we have extended what we do in the bigger village in Kitui. We use natural water. We have water pans, so during the rain season we collect water, and that's the water that we use for irrigation to make sure that we get the farm produce. We plant maize, we plant beans, and other natural vegetables and crops that we plant in Kitui, and we're able to utilize that. So in most cases, Kitui, they really acknowledge organic farming. We have even biogas that we are now using at the moment. We use solar. There is no electricity, so we have solar system of heating. We don't have any plastics. When you go to the village, you go with a bottle of plastic, they'll tell you no, leave it at the gate, because it's really natural, friendly environment that we have developed. And the children grow very well. They have enough food. They never starve. They go to school. They pass very well, and they continue to high school, college, and then they get into jobs. So Nyumbani focuses on that. Focuses on the village, the home here, and the community. Basically, to make sure that all these children who are orphans and abandoned because of HIV would grow in one way or another.
Okay, interesting. Because you mentioned about that, and you can see you have a clear sense of doing things. For example, children can come here when in their very early years, and go all through the way into when they're adults and get out. So there's a clear support system. So how does one become part of this family? What criteria do you use to bring in children in your family? And in total, how many are you?
So when the organization was begun by Father Angelo D'Agostino, he sought approvals from all over. He sought approval from the Ministry of Health because we were dealing with health issues. He sought approval from the government because we were starting up an organization that would support pediatric intervention for HIV positive children. And he sought approval from the community around. So when the home was established, people knew that Nyumbani is specifically for children who are special, who need care, who need medical intervention. So the system we use is that we use a referral system. People refer children to us. Initially, it was from Kenyatta National Hospital, where Kenyatta Hospital would refer the children who are testing positive to Nyumbani. And then we also got from other hospitals like Gertrude Children's Hospital, the babies who are testing positive would be referred to us. And when they come here, we do, of course, we have a laboratory, a very elaborate laboratory that we're able to test them and make sure that they are actually children who need this facility. So let's tell us what you do here. Yes, Sister Susan. It's quality assurance.
Yeah, I deal with quality, but basically the lab is a diagnostic laboratory. So we test samples from various places. We have samples from our children, and we also test samples for other hospitals and labs that refer their samples to us.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we have different tests that we do. We have from basic or routine tests to more specialized tests.
Okay.
Yes, I have friends to interrupt. That's an interlude. In total, right now, I have 123 children living here, and they stay in groups of 14 per house. A small family from the youngest to the oldest. And then I have the 3,500 in the slums of Nairobi and the 1,100 grandparents in the village. So you'll see that we are actually reaching 4,500 that we are supporting. It's a bigger family. And they don't just stay, they come in and move out. We have very less mortality rate. Why? Because they eat well, they access the ARVs, and they're able to be supported. So we have very little, very few. In fact, for the past 5 years, we have had no death in the home. So we really, not even 10 years, because we used to lose children because there was no access to ARVs. When all of them access to ARVs, they're living longer and enjoying good health.
So, and then in terms of when we see you in your activities, you know, pretty much farming is at the core of most of the things you do, because you in Kitui you've also invested in farming. When we're talking about your current organic farm, there's also a bit of farming. Even here, you have different gardens. So how important is it, especially organic farming, into your system and what you do?
There are two things. One, it's always good to feed the children on natural food from the organic farming without any additional item. And that's very much approved, very much monitored, and it has been proven that when you feed the children on what has just come from the farm, it's very important. We feed them on fresh milk from our cows, vegetables from our farm in Karen. Number two, the home and the organization relies on donations from friends and well-wishers. So our organic farm produces enough food that we are able even to send to the market. Especially the current farm, we send the produce to the nearest market and we sell. And that money comes in to support the children for other supplies and pay the staff and make sure that we are moving on very well. That money also is cycled back to run the farm itself. So as much as we work on and rely on donations, we also aim at being self-sustained. And farming, especially in the village, is a component of self-sustainability. The farming that we have in Karen is part of moving towards that self-sustain. The small garden I have here, where we plant vegetables, sukuma-wiki and the greenhouse for tomatoes. When I'm harvesting, I don't need to go to the market. I have enough that will save me 4,000 per week to towards the children, and that's really a great support.
So it's part of it. It's actually at the core of what you do here. And when we look at also in terms of what you've got here, sustainability is also at the core of what you're doing. For example, you're using solar, solar panels to heat your water.
And installing the solar water heaters was one way of just really cutting down the cost on electricity and really making sure that it's energy saved. Even our cooking, of course, we try our level best. We use gas in that case. We also tried others. We tried solar cooking. We had solar cookers, but with the mass cooking, you can't use the solar cooking systems. But we tried that. So we try as much as possible to really sustain ourselves naturally and cutting down from overuse of other energies.
In terms of feeding now, in terms of the children feeding on organic food, will you say it has created some sort of good impact to their health?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you monitor a child who came in 3 months ago, within a period of, our target is within 3 months that child should have woken up, walking and moving about. But you'll find that it doesn't really even reach 3 months. Within 2 months, that young baby is already moving around, happy, ready to go to school. So we see the impact. We take the weight of the child at the entry, and then within 1 month, and then the second month and the third month, and you'll see progression. You'll see very good progression. Naturally, the young people are more healthier than even ourselves who are staff. Why? Because they eat very well. In addition to the ARVs they take, they eat very well. The feeding is very good. We have 3 meals. We have breakfast, and mostly they'll have porridge from Wimby flour. They would have an egg, or occasionally twice in a week. They have milk, a glass of milk, such a time at 3 p.m. Lunch, they may have ugali with vegetables, mawiki, cabbages, again carrots in addition. And then supper, they may have kideri, which is again well cooked, with potatoes. Really monitored. We try to keep to that naturalness. Today we have guashe. Guashe is a very strong sweet potato. Is very good. Someone gave us, and so occasionally we buy. And that's very strong in terms of natural food.
Okay. Where would you say you get your money from?
All our funding comes from donors. Over the years, over the past 26 years that we have been in organization, we have relied on donor giving. But also we have evolved into sustainable programs, like we have the diagnostic laboratory, which brings in an income. It serves a community to do diagnostic services, but also gives us some money to take care of the children. And then the farms we have. As I said, we have a farm that gives us milk. So that subsidizes our budget. And then donations of food. Many Kenyans bring here unga, for maize flour for ugali. And really, I've never bought maize flour for all these 25 years. It's the Kenyan community that gives us. And that's really great in terms of really complementing our budget, so that we don't really strain so much on what we get. So then we focus on what is it that we don't have, we've not been given, then we can use the money that we have received from the donors. The constructions of the houses and the projects, capital expenditures, we earmark them and ask people, we have this project, would you want to be involved in? And people will get involved, and they will do. That's why it's highly developed. You can see names on the walls. Those are people who have supported us. So funding is basically from donors, but we have also the lab that brings in some support, and then from the farm produce that we do on our farming for our organic farming.
So as we conclude, what is the main mission of Nyumbani Children's Home? What is that grand vision that you hold for these children?
As much as we support children here, we want to see a society that has mitigated HIV and AIDS impact. And that's our aim. As much as we take the children and bring them here and support them, we really look out more. We look at the community at large. How can we mitigate the impact of HIV and AIDS? As the scientists struggle to get the cure, ours is to mitigate that by either supporting those who are living with HIV, access to medical care, access to good feeding, and being good citizens of this country.
Okay. So any one message that you would like to sort of tell our viewers out there?
Yeah, I want more people to get involved in organic farming. I think it's a way forward. If all of us can do that, I think we would have a very healthy nation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, asante sana. Thank you very much for having us. Thank you for creating the time and trying to sort of enhance and tell us what we are all about.
Thank you. All the best.
What an adventure, ladies and gentlemen. That just shows you what we are all about. Starting conversation that will, of course, help you experience that organic magic. So what a story by Nyumbani Children's Home. The fact that they are so passionate about organic farming and actually willing to incorporate it to their core principles as a family. It's really, really astonishing. So it's important to know that they actually were very quick to incorporate organic farming to be able to feed themselves first, and then the surplus can be able to help them sustain their employees and even their activities, their day-to-day activities from what they do. So organic is all about sustainability. Organic is all about empowering people to really be able to thrive, and that is exactly what Nyumbani Children's Home have embodied them. The most interesting story is, of course, how organic farming has been able to impact the health of the children. There is clearly a correlation in which how the health of the children is really improving once they start consuming organic products. So which is a very interesting study that is happening in there. So believe it or not, there is a great correlation between eating organic and staying healthy. So it's one of those things that you cannot be able to run away from. So ladies and gentlemen, a lot and more organic adventures episodes to come, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you check out our website, organicadventures.org. We've got a lot of content for you guys to enjoy, and make sure you visit, of course, our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, of course, where you can be able to listen to our podcast, and so many other platforms for you to let us get social. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, till the next one, be organic.